Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? As everybody hops in here, I'm just going to be talking about my journey on the Feel Great system and what it has done to turn my life around. This is about two products right here. Two products, one practice that changed my entire life. And I'm coming on here to tell my story for you, maybe somebody that you know. Maybe you're going through some of the issues I'm going to talk about. Maybe somebody you know is going through the issues I'm going to talk about, and they don't see a way out. They have no idea how to start feeling better. That's where I was in July of last year. I was 407 pounds, and I felt like absolute garbage every single day. So as people come in here, I kind of want to know where everybody's from, know if there's anything that you're suffering from. I'm going to move this a little bit because it's bothering me. But if there's anything that you're suffering from that has to do with insulin resistance, gut health, that has to do with your weight, that's where all of my issues came from. Last July of last year, I was 407 pounds. And because of these two products and one practice, which is intermittent fasting, I was able to turn my entire life around. I was severely depressed. I had anxiety that kept me from being around my family, my friends. I was literally living my life out of my recliner. I would come home from work every day, sit in my recliner till 3, 4 in the morning, playing video games, watching TV, and eating and drinking myself to sleep every night. And that was what I was doing to medicate my depression. And it literally kept me in this vicious cycle, never allowing me to feel good. In July of last year, a good friend of mine who was on this system reached out to me, told me about it. I had done so many other things. I was desperate, I didn't want to feel like this. I'm a father. I wanted to be out in the world. I wanted to be out with my friends. I wanted to feel good at work. I was desperate, and I said, you know what? I'm willing to try anything because I've tried everything. And I did this, and I actually did it for a week, and I knew that I had landed this like pot of gold, because at the end of that week, my brain had already started to think clearly, and I knew I was onto something, and I had to keep it going. And now here we are, almost a year later. Like, I'm so excited for July of 23rd of this year, because I will have then been on this system for a year. And I've already lost over 140 pounds. That's great. That's amazing. But what I have gained is so more important. Like, it's this mood, this attitude, my skin color. I look like this old dying man up here on the left. And now I'm just living life to the fullest. And this system made that possible for me. And when I started this system, I didn't think anything could help me. I didn't think there was anything out there that would bring me back to life. I felt dead inside, and I wasn't living any kind of life that anybody could be proud of. I was going to work every day, those kind of things. I was making sure that I was getting life done, but I wasn't living. And my poor kids, they were dealing with my attitude and dealing with my laziness. My kids wanted to go out and do things, and I didn't have the energy to do them. My daughter that I had every weekend, she'd want to go roller skating, and I was like, I don't really want to go because I'm a big fat mess, and what happens if I fall? And I'm gonna be embarrassed, and I'm not gonna be able to get myself up, and you can't help me up. I made all these excuses to not live life. And now I've gone to the roller rink twice with my daughter since I've done this. We're outside all day, every day, and I have the energy to do it. I have the want to do it, and it's all because of this system. It's two 2 products, 1 practice. That's the fiber, the balance, the Unimate, and then intermittent fasting. And everybody that talks about intermittent fasting, or that hears about intermittent fasting, you're immediately scared, because let me tell you something. Before this system, somebody had told me about intermittent fasting, and I was scared to death. I literally sat down with this good friend of mine. I did professional wrestling for about 20 years. And I had a wrestling match with a buddy of mine who was a martial arts expert, a very fit guy, wrestled this 407-pound guy. And at the end of that, he was worried for me, because he saw how I was moving in the ring, and how, he saw that I was winded and tired and sick, and the way I moved and whatever. And he called me into his dojo one day and sat me down and was like, look, you need to start intermittent fasting. This is something you need to do. And he wrote me out this whole guide, told me what to eat, told me when to eat. And it was great. I left there very positive, just like I had done many other things in the past that I felt very positive about. And I went home and I cleared out my fridge of all the junk food, and I went out and bought some, protein mix and vegetables and fruits and all these things. And I did it for a week, and I started to feel good, but I fell into this trap that I always used to fall in, and that was the cheat day. Because I wasn't really happy with what I was doing, and I wasn't legitimately feeling good. I was just feeling good about this choice that I had made. I was easily distracted by food and all these things that are set up in our path to get us off track. And that's what happened. I would have a cheat day. And as soon as I had that cheat day, I was like, well, I did this. I still feel all right, so I can eat a little bit more of this food. And that was the trap I was always in. I would exercise or diet for a week or 2, feel pretty good, and then I would let the cheat day destroy me. And it would, because that's what food is. Food is set up to destroy us if we're not eating it correctly, if we're not doing the right thing, if we're not using it to fuel our bodies. You cannot use food to celebrate life. You cannot use food to help you get through depression and anxiety. Food, that is not what food is for. Food is for fuel, and that's what this does, is make this it makes us think clearer and makes us get through this so much easier. And I'm getting off on a little bit of a tangent, but there's a few people in here right now, guys. Let me know where you're from. I see Michelle and Jeff. How you guys doing? I love you guys. Jeff actually got me on this system, and thanks to him, I've been able to turn my entire life around. I've beat major depression. I've beat anxiety. I've beat daily headaches. I have not had a headache from eating and from alcoholism. I have not had a headache for almost a year now. I can honestly say I've had 1 or 2 headaches, and it had to do with being a little bit sick. But I used to have daily headaches, daily migraines that took me out from the time I got up to the time I got back home. I couldn't wait to get back in my recliner with the light turned down so I wouldn't have to deal with any of the headaches or anything. I didn't want to deal with anything. I was done. And I haven't had to deal with any of that since I started this system. Like I said at the beginning of this video, a week into this, I knew I was on to something. I had fasted for a week, and because I fasted, I only ate 2 meals a day. I started skipping breakfast, and I went to bed at 9, 10 o'clock at night. I actually got myself in bed, and I was able to do that because my brain just started working the way it was supposed to. And we've been told for years to eat 8 meals a day. I remember one of the diet programs I was on years back was about eating 8 times a day. And I never felt good when I did that. And that's because I never gave my body a rest. Our body needs to fast. When it fasts, it heals, it provides energy, it burns fat instead of stores fat. It does all these positive things for us that we don't realize because we think we have to be putting something in our mouth all day long. And that's where the system comes in play, because I still have the urge sometimes to do that, but instead I'm doing this. I'm taking a sip of my yerba mate, my Unimate tea, and when I do that, it makes my brain think that I'm putting food in my mouth or something. Some magic starts to happen, and I don't have to think about food anymore, and I'm just automatically doing this. I take that sip and I go back to work. I go back to doing whatever I'm doing, playing with the kids. I take my bottles everywhere. This is typically what I drink my Unimate, my balance out of, but I like to drink it hot. So sometimes I put it in a thermos, and that's why I'm drinking out of that right now. But I'd like to know where you guys are. Everybody that's in here, there's 7 of you in here right now. Tell me where you are. Tell me what you're dealing with. You're in here watching me for some reason. Why are you here? You know, what has brought you to this live? Anybody out there dealing with diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, skin tags, fatigue, belly fat, you have weight that you just can't lose. I mean, that was me. I started this system strictly because I wanted to lose weight and I wanted more energy. Last July, I couldn't even talk like I'm talking to you right now. I would have to breathe. I would have to, like that, to walk, to talk. It was terrible. You know, all this extra weight I was carrying around was slowly killing me, and I didn't care. I was so depressed. I had, I've talked about this in a lot of my videos that I post on TikTok, is the rituals that I had to go through life when you're 407 pounds. You can't go to the bathroom anywhere that you want to. You have a ritual that you have to do, and you got to do it at your house. You know, you can't go help your friends move. You know, you can't go help your friends throw parties and enjoy life and take your kids to birthday parties when you're 407 pounds because you're afraid to leave the house. You're afraid that something's going to happen and you're going to have an accident or fall or yada, yada, yada. These were the fears that kept me depressed, that kept my anxiety sky high. And I started this system, and it took all that away. You know, the weight loss wasn't fast, but I've lost 140 pounds over the last year, over 140 pounds. And I did that with this system. And it's so simple. And it is fasting. We talked about that. We know how scary fasting can be, but this system makes it so simple. I'll tell you what I do every single day. And I've been doing this for a year, and I've been able to stick to it. And I used to have the worst cravings. I had the worst cravings. I was buying and eating 3 large pizzas a week. I was stopping at the gas station every night after work. Every day before work, I would stop and get donuts and coffee and sugary creamer in my coffee and candy, stuff to get me through the day because I sit at a desk all day for work. And then I would get off work and go back to the gas station again and spend all kinds of money getting chips and pop and alcohol, things to last me through the night because I wasn't sleeping at night. All these things, all these bad habits I was able to break in literally from a week to a month's time of being on this system. And when I refer to this as a magic serum because it is magic, because for years, I tried so many things that wouldn't stick, that didn't work. And then I tried this one thing and gave my body exactly what my body needs, and it started healing itself. And I knew that it was doing that within a week because you start thinking more clearly. You know, the depression, the fog starts to lift from your head and you start to see things clearer. You know, that's not to say I still don't have a bad day. I probably went through one of the worst weeks of my entire life this weekend, the 4th of July weekend. I'm not going to go into details of that, but I probably had the worst weekend of my year this weekend. And because of this system, because of what I've done to make my body and my mind healthy, because they're both connected. Your gut runs this. Your gut is the machine that runs this brain. And I never knew that. You know, all I did every single day was fill my body with empty calories, with sugar and carbs. That's it. That's all I was pretty much eating. And I had cravings for it. Sweets, Little Debbie's, all the junk food that we all love and crave. I don't have the cravings for it anymore. And I didn't a week into this. And it's all because your gut is tied to your brain. And now that I'm giving my gut what it wants and what it needs, I don't want those other things. And I even like go to pick up some of that stuff. And I'm not going to sit here and say it makes me sick, but like I'll pick up a Little Debbie and think about it, and I'm like, I just don't even want it anymore, because I know that if I eat that Little Debbie, if I eat those bags of chips, if I eat that pizza, and now don't get me wrong, you can definitely eat some of this stuff. Okay, I'm not saying I don't eat any of this stuff ever, because I still have pizza. I love pizza, but I don't eat 3 large pizzas myself in a week's time anymore. Okay, but this system allows me to eat the food that I like without making me feel bad afterwards. You know, I would eat a whole pizza because I was depressed and needed to feel good. I would eat that whole pizza and I would feel good while I'm eating it. I'll be like, oh, this is so great. But then afterwards, your body starts to crash and you start feeling bad and you're like, ugh. So not only do you want to eat again later because you just ate nothing but empty carbs, but you also feel bad. You feel sluggish. There's no way you could get up and go for a walk after you eat a large pizza. You know, that's what I was trying to do. I was eating whatever I wanted, whatever junk food I wanted, and then telling myself, well, I'll go for a walk later. But it never happened because I didn't have the energy to do it. Now I can have my balance, eat 3 or 4 pieces of pizza, and still feel energized, and I can get out and go for a walk. And that's what I did this weekend with my daughter, with both my kids. With my son and my daughter. We like had lunch, I had my balance, and then we went for a walk in the park Saturday and Sunday. And I had the energy to do it. I had the want to do it, like all because I'm giving my body this fiber that it needs. So the 2 products, let's talk about these a little bit. This is the Unimate. This is a yerba mate. It's kind of like tea. It's a tea leaf. It's a unique blend that you can only get through this system. But this improves your mood, it boosts your energy, it curbs your cravings. I think I'm missing some. Oh, and it gives you mental clarity that you need. All in this little packet. And I drink one of these for breakfast in the morning. I drink this hot. You're basically putting this one packet in 16 to 24 ounces of water. I put mine in hot water and keep it in a thermos. That way it stays hot, because I was used to drinking coffee all day, every day. That was something, like I loved my coffee. I didn't want to ever give up coffee. I was addicted to coffee. I was the guy posting coffee memes all day long. And I just don't drink it anymore. Like every once in a great while I will. But I keep my Unimate in here and I sip on this all morning. I will. But I keep my Unimate in here and I sip on this all morning. Okay, so I froze up. Hopefully. Okay, so I froze up, but I'm back. Hopefully you guys are all still here. It looks like Ralph has been on the system, dropped 30 pounds. His A1C went to 7.9 to 5.9. IBS neuropathy gone now. That's crazy. Same for Jeff. Jeff had neuropathy issues. Luckily, that was one of the things I wasn't experiencing. But when but I experienced quite a few other things. Like, look at the list of items that, your gut issues and insulin resistance causes. Skin tags. Didn't really have to deal with that. Fatigue. All the time. Like, I was tired from the time I got up in the morning to the time I went to bed at night. I was fatigued. Okay, I would like I literally felt the way this picture looks. Like, I can't even. I'm gonna blow this up a little bit, but this is how I felt. Like, if you can look at the pain on that dude's face, like, I felt like that every morning. I would like get up out of bed. Try to get up out of bed. I would literally roll to the end of the bed, swing my feet over the bed, and just sit there because I couldn't get up. Like, I was in so much pain. And I thought it was because of my age. I thought it was because of 20 plus years of professional wrestling, getting beat up. That's what I blamed it on. I was like, I'm just old and I'm beat up, so that's why I feel this way. But it wasn't. It was just fatigue from insulin resistance, from never, ever giving my body a chance to heal. I drank almost every single night for 6 years. Like I was drinking alcohol of some sort. Not every night, but almost every single night. If I didn't have my kids, you can believe it, I was in that recliner drunk, or I was out at some karaoke bar thinking I was hot shit, drinking, and when you drink, your body just never has a chance to start regulating. So I was basically storing fat for 6 years. So it's a wonder I wasn't bigger than I was. But I felt every bit of that fatigue. I was tired constantly. I could not, it didn't matter how much motivation people would give me. It didn't matter how much dieting I did. I never gave my body a chance to get out of that fatigue. Let's look at some of this other stuff. Erectile dysfunction. Right here. Raise your hand. I know this is a hard one for guys to talk about, but I'm going to tell you right now, I dealt with this. Again, I chalked it up to my age, and I chalked it up to getting beat up so much. I thought I was done as far as that goes. I didn't think I'd ever have a love life again. I thought, it was terrible. And a month on this system, I'm not going to go into detail, but Daddy still got it. And thank God. So let's talk about other things. Fatty liver. I'm sure I have that. One of the things I can tell you is that I never went to a doctor. So there's a lot of people on this system that can tell you about their A1C and all the numbers and all that stuff. But I was playing the most dangerous game of Russian roulette that there is. And let me tell you, I don't know how close to death I was, but I can tell you that the way I felt, I had to have been really close to full-blown diabetes. Like when I look at the symptoms now and look at all this stuff and see what everybody else has gone through, it's a wonder I wasn't laying in a hospital bed, to be honest. But I never went to the doctor. I didn't want to know, I didn't want to go to the and I did go twice in the matter of the 6 years, because I had an episode where I would feel faint and I felt really bad and I wasn't sure what was going on. So I went to the doctor, and all they told me was high blood pressure, and what they wanted to do was put me on high blood pressure medication. And I had already had this in my head from years of watching what my parents went through, and that high blood pressure medication is the first one. That's the one they get you. They get you on that high blood pressure medication, and then it just goes downhill from there. And I'm not a doctor, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and tell you, what medicines work and what medicines don't work, none of that stuff. But what I can tell you is I seen my parents get on high blood pressure medication and then not feel better and just get on one more pill and one more pill and one more pill and one more pill until they're taking handfuls of pills every day and still feeling horrible. Still feeling horrible. Never feeling good. Who do you know? Ask yourself this. Who do you know out there that's on all those medications? Your parents, your grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, all those people that are on medications. How many of them feel good? How many are feeling better after they take those meds? None. I'm telling you right now. I'll answer it for you. None. And I knew that going into this, and so I never got on the blood pressure medication. Now, that was probably not very smart of me. I probably should have done something. I sure wasn't taking care of it on my diet, and I wasn't taking the medication. That's why I say I was playing this really horrible game of Russian roulette that I don't want anybody out there to do. What I want you to do is I want you to find this system and get on it. If you don't want to listen to me, there are a lot of other people out there telling their stories. Listen to one of them, because this saved my life. This kept me off high blood pressure medication. This keeps me from having headaches and migraines every single day. This helped me beat major depression due to my weight and anxiety due to my weight. And this helped me lose over 140 pounds in the last year. I'm so excited because July 23rd is coming up fast, and I can't wait to just see what I've done this entire year. I will definitely, make some videos and stuff about that, all the challenges, the differences between then and now. I'm really looking forward to getting to do that. And this system is just so incredible. And if you yourself aren't out there suffering from any of the stuff I was talking about. In fact, we didn't even get through the whole list. I get off on these tangents and I didn't go through the whole list. So let's talk about some of this other stuff. PCOS. High triglycerides and cholesterol. Both of mine were high. I got my blood work done at the beginning of this. I'll have to pull it out and show it sometime after I go get it done again. I just have not gone back and done it. And I didn't go back and check it again because I'm still in that mode where I don't want to have to go to the doctor. You know, I now that I know how my body should feel, I know what to look for. You know, your body, if you listen to it, will tell you when you're not feeling well. And that's what my body did for well over 6 years. It was screaming at me, get help, do something. And I just never did. But that's because I wasn't able to until I got on this system. I started giving myself fiber. I started giving myself time to breathe. I gave myself intermittent fasting that now allows me to sleep every single night and still have energy. Like I literally have energy all day long until I lay down and put my head on the pillow. And as soon as I do, I'm out. And it's this system. Because I tried everything for years. I tried sleeping pills. I tried counting sheep. I tried meditation. All these things that, and don't get me wrong, some of those things are still, meditation is key. It's a good thing. But I couldn't sleep because my body was so out of whack. Okay? But a week on this system, and I was able to sleep. I was able to get a full night's sleep. Like that alone is worth it. Let's see, hormonal imbalances, weight gain and belly fat, both of those things. Like the proof is in the pudding, right there. And thank you so much. I appreciate that, Casey. Casey, good to see you, man. I'm going to have to bring you on here one of these days. I'd love to talk to you. But this takes it. Like, and look at my skin. Like, that is one of the craziest things. One of the things that kept me from losing weight for so long or doing anything was my fear of losing all the weight and then having all this skin and needing surgery and whatnot. But you can see for yourself that this actually helps you. It's shrinking my skin. Like, yeah, I still have some skin. Don't get me wrong. There is some there, but nowhere near what it would be had I done this without the system. This system is helping me even like shrink my skin, this intermittent fasting. And this system makes intermittent fasting easy. That's what this is all about. You know, this system isn't a magical cure. Intermittent fasting is something we need to heal our bodies and give our bodies the energy and focus that they need to get through every day. And this product makes it simple. I don't have to count calories. I don't have to weigh out all my food and measure out what I'm eating and da-da-da-da-da. What I do is I drink this fiber beforehand, and then I feel full, and I can eat whatever food I want. And the balance, this fiber protects me if I end up having something with sugar in it, or I eat some carbs. This fiber that I had prior to or with is going to protect me from all that. And I'm not going to store the fat that I used to. I'm going to burn the fat all day long. Like, that's the difference. I went from 6 years of storing fat that got me to 407 pounds and depressed and anxious and headaches and shortness of breath and no energy to adding fiber to my diet, having a Unimate twice a day, and now I just have energy all day. I burn fat at my desk while I'm working. Like, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And it costs a little over $5 a day, too. That's the thing. We'll get into the money side of this later, but anybody that doesn't want to do this for financial reasons needs to rethink a little bit. And only because, like, if you want to feel good, you can feel good for under $5 a day. And I guarantee you're spending more than that to feel like garbage every day. And I know I was. Maybe everybody's not, but I would say the majority of people are. That's why the majority of people have diabetes and are overweight and tired and fatigued and depressed. This is why. It's food. Food is killing us. We're supposed to use food for fuel. We're not supposed to use food to feel good. You can use food to feel good if it's fiber and tea. So back to the list. Depression, lack of focus and concentration, suffered from almost all these things. Poor gut health, joint pain. Again, this goes back to what I was going through, getting out of bed every morning. I thought that 20 some years of professional wrestling had destroyed my body. I felt like garbage, like I hurt every single day. I have 3 flights of stairs to go up to my office and the new office building that we moved into. And they have an elevator, and thank God they had the elevator, because I tried walking those stairs and I would get winded the first couple of stairs, and I'm just like dreading that every single day. So thank God they had an elevator that I could go up. But the minute I started this system, I'm like energized, and I'm walking up the 3 flights of stairs like month 1. And yeah, I was still a little winded then at that point, but I was able to do it, and I wanted to do it. I wasn't afraid to do it anymore. And now I fly up the stairs. Like, it's just wild. And then cravings for sugar and salt. Those are the insulin resistance issues that you or somebody you know may have. And if you do, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this system. So let's talk about balance for a little bit. Balance is fiber. And this fiber is, both of these items, by the way, are all natural and sugar-free. They're sweetened with stevia. That is an all-natural herb. And they taste great. That's something too. Like I would say there are some people that get on this system and they don't really like the flavor of either one. But let me just tell you like this. You don't get on this for the flavor. This isn't like going to the store and like who really likes Monster anyway? Daryl, happy birthday, brother. Good to see you. Did I say happy birthday? Happy Monday. It's good to see you, my friend. So yeah, like it's all natural, and I actually enjoy the flavor of these, and there are a lot of people that do, but I will say there are other people who really don't like the flavor. But there's so many things that you can do to make this better, to make it easy on yourself. But something to keep in mind with this product is that you're not drinking it like you would a Monster. Like I would get my Monster energy drink and I would just drink it, guzzle it down. And not that I even really like the flavor of it. I was trying to get that energy kick from it, so I would guzzle it. But that's not really what you do with this. The Unimate is a sipper. You know what I mean? I sip on this all day long. I make this for breakfast and I sip on it. Put it down till I start thinking about food or wanting something, not a craving, but like wanting to put my hand out, because that's what I've always done. And I just grab this and I sip again. And that keeps me fully energized all day. It keeps me, my brain focused, and it keeps me from the cravings, from wanting to go into the kitchen and grab a bag of chips. And I do this all day long. I do this when I wake up in the morning until lunchtime. And then at lunchtime, I'm going to break my fast. Every day I started doing this. And this is something that this system has made easier for me. Making all the changes were scary, and they were going to be hard without any help. You can do all of this on your own, okay? But I can't. I need the tools. I need these tools to help me get through the intermittent fasting and to get me through my food choices that I'm making, And I'm okay with that. And what I do every day now is break my fast with protein and healthy fats. That's what I eat for lunch every single day. I don't have any sugar or carbs. So for my lunch, I don't even need my fiber anymore. I used to drink 2 of these a day. Now I'm only doing 1 fiber a day with my biggest meal. If I know I'm going to have a lot of carbs, if I know I'm going to have sugar, I'm going to have this. Albert, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. It's the Batman, everybody. Say hi to the Batman. So you're going to have your balance with your biggest meal of the day. If you're going to have carbs, you're going to have that burger and have the bun, the barbecue sauce, that kind of thing. Have your fiber with that, and that will keep your body burning fat, and it'll keep you from storing fat. That's why you have this fiber. And then this is going to make you feel fuller longer. So instead of eating a whole pizza, you're going to eat 4 pieces of pizza, depending on the size of the pizza. Now, if I have like a thick crust pizza, I'm good to have 2 pieces and I'm full because I've got my fiber in me and I got to enjoy the food I wanted. And then I don't have to worry about the crash afterwards. I don't have to worry about feeling bad. I feel great. Like I'm able to eat food and then go for a walk and do things. I don't feel tired afterwards and have to sit down and be like, oh, can't wait to feel good. I just constantly feel good. But back to the system. What I'm doing every day, I'm getting up in the morning and I'm having my Unimate. I'm going to sip on this until lunchtime, and then I'm going to break my fast with healthy fats and protein. And I'm a creature of habit. That's one thing, one reason why this has probably worked for me is because I can stick to it because I eat the same thing all the time for lunch. So what I'm eating for lunch right now is either like... I either eat a cup of cottage cheese with half an avocado, and I eat 2 hard-boiled eggs, but I cut them up so I get 4 pieces, and then with hot sauce. That's what I eat almost every lunch now, and it's simple and it tastes good, and it helps me break my fast the way we're supposed to. I don't have any sugar or very little sugar, whatever might be in that hot sauce, and then no carbs. And I eat that for lunch. And then after my lunch, sugar, whatever might be in that hot sauce, and then no carbs. And I eat that for lunch. And then after my lunch, all right, so I froze up again, so I'll start over a little bit here about the system. So I get up in the morning and I have my Unimate. I'm going to sip on this Unimate just like that until noon. And then at noon, I'm going to break my fast with some cottage cheese, some hard-boiled eggs, half of an avocado, and some hot sauce. Protein and healthy fats. That's what I do almost every day. If I don't want that, a lot of times I'm eating chicken thighs. And I love Greek yogurt with berries. Like, that's one of my favorite things. But I try not to eat that too much because, like, in my brain, it's a sweet. And even though it's healthy for me, I don't want to overeat it. So, but when I do, I eat my Greek yogurt with berries because berries are full of fiber and they're really good. All the berry family. So I do that, and then after lunch, I have a second Unimate, and I have this one, and I drink, and I sip on it until I get to dinner time. And then when I get to dinner time, I'm having my balance. I'm having my fiber, and I'm going to drink this along with my meal of whatever I have, like today. And I still, like now I'm making healthier choices. I never did before, and you don't really have to. Like, I can tell you for the first, 6 months on this system, I still basically ate whatever I wanted. I didn't really go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym at all the first 3 months on the system and lost 50 pounds just by doing the system and not by watching what I was eating really. Like I tried to make healthier choices, but I would still have pizza regularly. I would still have pasta regularly. I would say now that I've been doing this for almost a year, I make a lot better choices, and it's because I want to. I want to continue feeling good, and I'm able to see and feel the benefits of eating a healthier lifestyle and getting more exercise. Now I want to go to the gym, so I go 2-3 times a week. And it's because I want to, and because I feel great about doing it. Before, I would want to do it, and I would go for a little while, but then I would stop going because I was tired, and because I just, couldn't get my brain to make me go. I'd make up excuses. My gym's in the same place now that it was back last year, and now it's easy to go to the gym. And last year, I said, oh, it's too far. I don't want to drive there. Somebody would say they'd come meet me, and I'm like, it's too far. But it's the same place, and I go now like it's nothing. So I have my balance with my dinner, and then after that I'm done. Like I usually, and I've actually been fasting more than 16 hours regularly, and that's because I usually eat lunch and dinner at work because I work until about 7 every night. So I usually have my dinner around 5 or 6, and then I'm done eating for the rest of the day, and that's it. I'm done. I will sometimes sip on Unimate for the rest of the evening. If you drink too much of this at night, it does tend to give you some energy. But I have found, even doing this, I still don't have any problems sleeping. So that's that. That is the system, guys. I feel like I've been rambling a lot, and I'm sorry. I haven't been on here much, and I'm going to try to get on here a lot more. I'm going to start bringing on some guests and stuff like that in the future, and maybe later this week, so that I'm not just sitting here rambling, because I do want you guys to hear from other people as well that are on this system. But if anybody has questions, I'm down. I've lost over 140 pounds, Tanya. I'm not 100%. I haven't weighed myself in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to do that. I'm waiting till July 23rd because that's going to be my year mark, and I just kind of want to be surprised by that number. That's something I can say too. A lot of people don't like to diet because they don't like the scale, but this is not a diet. This is a healthy life choice. And because I'm giving my body what it craves, what it needs, what it wants, for once, it's paying me back by healing my body, and by healing my body, it's letting me drop weight. And it's literally like melting off of me. I was in a 6XL t-shirt, 5XL t-shirt. I was almost to a 6 in July last year, and this is a 2X. I haven't been a 2X my entire life. I had 2X shirts back in the day, back when I was a young adult. But I never felt comfortable in them. I never felt great, And now I feel great every day. And I'm wearing new clothes. My waist went from a 60-inch to a 44, and I'm actually less than that now. My 44 jeans that I'm wearing, I can pull all the way up. So thank you so much. And Tanya, your husband's doing great. You both are both doing great. If you guys haven't been to Tanya Lee's page, check her out. Her and her husband are on the system, and they're doing amazing. So that's great. Yeah, 2X from a 4X, man. I'm telling you. I'll tell you, one of the best, this is kind of a funny story, but one of the best things I ever did being a lazy human was not throwing away any of my clothes. As I got bigger, I was so lazy. I had put all my 3X and 4X t-shirts and into a trash bag and threw them into my closet. And I always meant to take them to Salvation Army, but I never did. And once I started losing weight again, I haven't had to really buy clothes. I went and bought clothes once. This is a part of that collection. But I, had all these clothes over the past year that I didn't have to spend money on because I was so lazy that I didn't get rid of my clothes. So it's been 25 years since he was this slim. That's so awesome. And how's he feeling? He's probably what is he doing now that he wasn't doing before? And that's me. I wasn't able to go roller skating with my kids. I wasn't able to go to the park with my kids and not feel winded. Now we go to the park every day that I have them. We went roller skating this past weekend. It was so much fun to put on roller skates and not be afraid to fall down and be embarrassed and worried about somebody having to help me get up. It seems like such a small thing, but I posted a video a few months back about this jacket that I used to wear because I had gotten so big and I had such low self-esteem from the clothing that I wore and whatnot. I wore sweatpants all the time, Crocs all the time, and heavy t-shirts. I couldn't wear anything else last year. That's what I was wearing every day. And to my office job, thank God I work in an office that's very low key and they don't really care what I wore, but I was wearing sweatpants and t-shirts and Crocs to work, and I felt so embarrassed by it. But I had this one jacket that I could always wear that when I wore it, it made me feel good, because it didn't fit me, but it made me look good, to myself. And probably 3-4 months ago, I posted a video that I was able to actually button that jacket, and I looked so good in it. And it really just made me very emotional because, I just never thought that I could get back here. And that's where a lot of people are. Hi, Tina. How you doing? I love you. Woo! If you guys don't know Tina, check her out too. She's awesome. She's been on the system now a little bit. Tina, if you want to throw in the comments there what you're going through. Hi, Tasha. Throw in the comments what you're doing. That'd be great. So, guys, I actually have to get off here tonight. I've pretty much talked everybody's ear off, I'm sure. I was only meaning to do 20 minutes, and here I am, blah, 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 almost an hour later. So, with a couple of breaks. But I want to show you guys something real quick here. I'm going to turn this camera around if I can figure out how to do that. Oh, my gosh. I gotta learn how to do this. I don't know how to turn the camera around. Flip the camera. There we go. Okay, so what I want to show you guys real quick is just anybody that's interested in getting on the system. This is how you do it. You're gonna go to my profile, click my little face, go to my profile, and in there you're gonna find a link. It's youfeelgreat.com /C/your journey. And I named that Your Journey because I'm doing this for you. I'm doing all of this for you guys. I'm sharing my story. I'm sharing my pictures because I know that there's somebody else out there like me who is hurting and in pain and thinks there's no way out. And I promise you there is, and it's this. And it's so easy. It literally costs you a little over $5 a day, and you can turn your life around the way I did. So all you're going to do is click that link. It's going to take you to this page here. You're going to go to the Buy It Now. There's tons of information on this page that you can go through. But once you go here, you have two options. You have the monthly subscription and the one-time purchase. Now, what I want you to do is do this monthly subscription, and not because it's going to trap you into anything. This monthly subscription is going to give you the discounted price, and it's going to give you free shipping. So this is the only choice. Do this one. If you do it and you're on it for a month and you don't like it, you can cancel. It's super easy. You don't have to worry about it. There's no reason to do this top one. Do the monthly subscription, get the discount, get the free shipping. You get me as a coach. You can reach out to me daily, every hour if you want. I don't care. If you need help through this, I'm going to be there to help you through that. And that's how you get that, right here with this monthly subscription. And when you do this, all you're going to be doing is choosing the flavor of Unamate that you get. Balance is only coming in orange right now. It's going to come in berry soon. But Unamate is lemon or lemon ginger. And they may be out of lemon ginger right now, but I got mine this month, so they may be back in it. So that's the only choice you have to make. And then this is over. You're going to click that button, and then you'll be all set. It's super easy. Let me get back this, flip back this around. Boop. Okay, and so once you get that ordered, what's going to happen is it's going to take you 5 days to get your product. What I did personally is I wanted to jumpstart this for myself, and I started my fasting during that 5 days. I did it without the product. It was tough, but I did it, and I'm so glad I did it. Lyric, what's happening, man? Sorry if I've missed anybody tonight saying hi or any of that stuff. I've been kind of on a tangent. Tina is down 55 pounds. She's off metformin. Woo! That's amazing right there. Look at that. Off Crestor and Lisinopril. Oh my gosh. In 6 months' time. Guys, this system is it. This is where it's at, I'm telling you. And I post other people's success all the time on my page. So stop into my page and look at the other success. If you're experiencing something that I haven't, I guarantee you somebody else has, and it has to do with your gut health, and it has to do with insulin resistance. There is a way out. There is a way to turn it around, and it's easy. You still get to eat the food you want. You don't have to be in the gym. You don't have to count calories. You just have to make some changes. You have to add 2 products to your life, and you have to fast. And those 2 products are going to make that fasting simple. So, guys, I love you all very much. I'll go back through the comments and answer any questions that need to be answered. But join me here again later this week. I'm going to try to come back on again, maybe on Thursday. But for now, I appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. And maybe we'll bring some people on live with me Thursday so we can tackle some of the things maybe I missed. But all right, guys, have a great night. Much love to you, and I'll talk to you soon.